Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for an impromptu reading, and I felt guided again to do a morning message. The energy is intense. There's a lot of movement going on, a lot of people messaging, talking about certain things that are happening in their own life and looking for guidance. So I kind of wanted to get a read on why this is happening right now. Why is all of this movement occurring? So let's call on our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me, bless my cards, bless my viewers. I love you all so much. And I feel like this impromptu kind of pop-up readings are what I'm going to be doing more of in the future. So I've created a community on skool.com. It's skool.com. And it's called Awaken Your Magic. And it's going to be basically a global magical classroom for all of us co-creators. I've been talking about doing this for a while now. I had a Patreon like 2 years ago, and my channel wasn't as grown as it is now with all of you lovely soul family. So I feel like I want to do something a little bit different than Patreon. So this website is really cool. So it's like a classroom, like you guys, it's almost like Facebook. Like there's a feed where we can all talk to each other. So it's not just like my community page on YouTube where I'm the only one that can post. You guys can post things too. You can post the signs that you see. You can engage with other people on this journey and pop up a question, whether if I get to it, I do. If not, maybe somebody else can answer it with you. So it's kind of like this discussion area where we can all just chat and share our stories and ask questions. And then I'm going to be posting almost all of my content on that. And then I'm going to pull away from YouTube and maybe just do 2 or 3 videos a week. So I'm going to do all of my sign videos on Awaken Your Magic. I'm going to do manifestation lessons. I might do live coaching. I'm going to do giveaways. It's just going to be so different. I was laying on the couch the other night having all these like cool ideas of just like what I can give you guys. I just want to pour into all of you. I want to give you guys everything that you need. And I've been doing this on YouTube for a couple of years, but so many people are like, Michelle, you just give yourself away for free all the time. They're like, it's time to start feeding yourself and create your community and to start being a leader. So they were saying that I was kind of just this person that's on YouTube and everyone just comes and watches me, but they're like, you need to command it. You need to be the leader and kind of gather the people that really resonate with your readings and put them in a separate community so that they can all use each other on this journey so they don't feel so alone. And I would love to do that. And obviously, it's just going to be such a safe space. It's not going to be open to the public. We might do meditations. I'm just what's the word? Flowing with so many ideas. And right now, the price is $44. That might change. It might go higher. It might go lower. I'm not sure. But when I launch it, I'm definitely going to have it at a certain price that's going to be cheaper. So if you join at that time, you'll get the discounted rate and then you'll be locked in for life at that rate. And then if people wait or if they don't see it in time, then the price will go up, but it is going to be amazing. And I was thinking about 44, I'm like the angel number, and that's like $10 a week, right? Are you willing to pay $10 a week for my magic? I hope so, because that's like 2 cups of coffee a week. I hope I'm better than your coffee. I hope these messages are better than your coffee. Well, I hope they're just as good. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I feel like that's a good price. It's not too much. I saw like some twin flame readers and other people charge like $88 for their weekly memberships or their monthly memberships, but they do just weekly calls or weekly readings. And I'm like, that's a lot. So I kind of want to make it really affordable. So I was like, I'm going to go half that. And I like the number 44. It's a twin flame number. It is a spirit number, an angel number. So we're going to fly with that. So stay tuned. I'll be launching that soon. And then this morning, like I just felt this urge to do a reading. Like this will only go on my membership site. It won't go on YouTube. So you guys are going to get all of these important messages that we need because the world is changing and there are things happening. I had dreams of tsunamis last night. There's just some interesting things happening, and I'm going to prepare you all in the best way that I can. If we ever do experience any kind of different changes in the world, I want to make sure I'm sharing my information with all of you on how I prepare and the things that I have, and so that you guys don't have to panic and that you don't feel alone. And imagine if we had that community where we could all talk about that stuff and it wouldn't be censored by YouTube. So I think it'll be a safe space for all of us. I got guided to pull out the Muse deck, which I love it. This is by Chris Ann. She is the same writer and creator of the Light Seers Tarot, of this deck, one that I always use. So this is another version, but it's called the Muse Tarot. So let's see. First message, 7 of Inspiration, which is 7 of Wands. And then 5 of Voices, 5 of Swords. Oh, I love this. It's like she's opening a portal, and it looks like it's hard to hold those doors or that whatever that is open. It's like she's using her muscles and she's strong and she's holding and she's letting the light in. So she's like, no more darkness. I'm done with the suffering. I'm done with choosing this darkness. I want out. And it's like an awakening energy. There's this spark of inspiration that you're just like, I know what I want now. And a lot of people are jumping into my mentorship and they're like, it's a leap of faith. I'm doing it. I'm finally choosing myself. And what happens when you open yourself up to growing is you open these doors. And all of a sudden, you're feeling more light. You're feeling more energetic in your everyday life. You're not as drained spending time with your kids because you are learning from me how to nurture your energy. And also my mentorship clients, you guys are going to get a discount in my membership site. So way to go. Even if you were a mentor, if I mentored you like 2 years ago, you're going to be grandmothered in. They always say grandfathered, but I like to say grandmothered. You're going to be grandmothered in with a discount. So reach out to me when it goes live if you want to join, and I'll give you a special code so you get a discount, because I want to celebrate you for investing in yourself. Okay, so 5 of Voices. I'm going to read this one to you guys. It's super beautiful. Like, I want to know why she did it this way. Look. This photo is insane. There's so many layers to it. It's like, that's mistletoe, right? And then there's people down here meditating. Then there's birds. It's like there's all these different layers in your mind. Okay, let's see. 5 of Voices, which is 5 of Swords. Here we go. 7, 6, 5. Okay, it says, I am going to win. I am the one who deserves this. It doesn't matter who gets in my way. Nothing will stop me. I don't care what it takes to make this happen. The muse of the 5 of Voices looks down. I'll hold it up so you guys can see as I read. The muse of the 5 of Voices looks down, reflecting back the ways we can miss what really matters as we strive to win. Sometimes we find ourselves falling victim to someone else's ambition or iniquity. I don't know. I've never heard that word before. Iniquity, iniquity. And other times it is we ourselves who are lost on the path to victory. Forget about how we should get there, and we forego our better interests, our integrity, our balance, our humanity in order to come out on top. Sometimes when we win or lose, sometimes when we win, we lose. How do you want to feel at the top of that ladder you are climbing? Where does it really go? What costs are you paying to win? And what fallout is associated with those costs? Seek connection and trust, and ascend with friendship, forgiveness, and deep compassion. When winning your success resents the failure that it costs, how many broken stories forgive the pieces that you've lost? So beautiful. And the key words are feelings of defeat, learning from lessons of loss, fighting, winning at all costs, a time to extend an olive branch, seeing what's really important, failure, being hurt, bullying. It's like so intricate, this artwork. Isn't it crazy how deep it is? I really love her tarot work. It's so good. but it's basically like, who are you willing to step on to get to your success? And I just don't feel like that's an energy that's at all in my community and in all of you watching. I just don't feel like that's resonant. So for me, I feel like this is like, you be careful about who's using you, who's using you to get to success. Um, and if you're a people pleaser, you are offering your help to others and maybe not getting paid for it. Or maybe you're saying, no, 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 I'll do this for you. You don't have to pay me. No more. You are worthy of getting paid for your gifts. Okay. I say that because I used to do that. I used to openly just give so much of my energy to promote and help other people. And then I realized I wasn't doing it for myself. And that was a lack of worthiness. I wasn't feeling like I was worthy of promoting myself. And as an entrepreneur, if that's what you guys want to do one day, if you want to be a reader, you have to be willing to have confidence in your readings and put yourself out there. They say that when people see things 10 times, normally they can absorb it and understand it. And it's like our human brain just needs to see something over and over and over again. So if you're trying to maybe crochet, right? Maybe you make these beautiful, cute little baby hats. Micah had so many cute little hats. My daughter, if you're new to my channel, I had a daughter back in 2012 and she passed away from a muscle disorder. And it was okay. I mean, back then it was not okay. But now, 12 years later, it's good, we're healed. But she was gifted so many cute knitted crocheted hats that I still have and I love them. There was one cute little penguin one. But like, say you're somebody who does that, right? And you spend all these hours putting your heart and love into these cute little hats. And then you give them and somebody's like, oh, I can't afford that or this. And you're like, oh, it's okay. You can just have it for free. You're and I know that's kind of opposite of what this card means. It's normally somebody stomping on somebody to get their, hats sold and they don't care who they hurt along the way. But also we self-sabotage by not putting ourselves out there. And that's the energy I feel. I feel like you guys are all empaths and and you're scared. Maybe you're scared to put yourself out there and to say, hey, like, am I worthy of getting this paid for? Am I worthy of giving this to you and you paying me for it? Yes. One of the toughest struggles, battles for light workers and light beings is we don't feel like our work is worthy of money. So we keep dimming our light. We keep dimming everything down. Even me, like I see other people charging $88. Some people charge $200 a month for their membership. And maybe one day I will grow to that. But for some reason, 44 felt good for me because I want to still be able to help the people that are newly on this journey, because I tend to attract people who are awakened, just awakened, going through the signs, the synchronicities, the healing. They don't understand it all. So I know that most likely those people don't have $1 million and they're not already on their mission doing their thing. So I have to really look at my audience and make sure that I can eat, I'm paying my bills, but also how can I help you guys afford this and learn to say that you can afford it. And I want to stretch you to say, all right, if I invest in myself, the universe will pay me back. So I want to make it like a balanced, affordable rate. And that's not me stomping over people saying, I'm going to charge $100 and whoever wants to come can come. And the other people that can't afford it, oh, well, like that would be this energy, is just not caring and just stomping on somebody to make it to the top. And we have to be mindful of those people who do that to us because we are empaths. And there is a whole spiritual community out there of people who are just down for themselves and they take it to the next level and they do stomp on people to get there. They do use other people's platforms to promote themselves, or they befriend somebody for a short period of time just to use them. So we have to be very, very mindful of all of these little snakes in the grass in a good way, not a mean way. But there are people who are just so desperate to be successful and to be seen because they are telling themselves, this is part of their fear, if I'm not successful, then I won't be loved. If I'm not seen, then I won't be loved. So they're willing to trample on whoever because they're desperate for love. And that's why people do it. So that's why we don't have any hate or anger towards them, but we also don't allow ourselves to be the one that gets stomped on. We become a witness to it and we're like, okay, I can see this. I can see what's happening here. I'm going to kind of go this way and not give my energy to that type of person. And they're going to have to learn the hard way that when they get to the top, how are they going to feel when they get there? Knowing that they've cut all these beautiful bonds and walked all over people to get there. And deep down, everybody's saying, well, they didn't treat me right, or they pretended to be a great coach and then they just weren't there anymore. And it's just, we have to be careful. So I feel like we're becoming wiser. To me, this is somebody's becoming wiser about who's really looking out for them, who's supporting them, who's reaching out and being there, and then who is also, because they're getting stronger in that, they're really looking at that darkness and pushing it away. It's a beautiful message. I think we're going to use the Muse this whole reading. I really like this deck. And I'm learning more about the cards. I want to educate myself more about this type of tarot that she creates, because it's not the same as the original tarot. So it's a little bit harder to read, which is the challenge for me. I always like to challenge myself. Okay, we're going to take them. There's 4. We have the 3 of Wands. Oh, I love this card. I love dominoes. I totally believe in momentum. And when you take one step in your life, everything starts clicking into place. So 3 of Inspiration is 3 of Wands. And then we have 8 of Emotions, which is 8 of Cups. Somebody's walking away from something that doesn't serve them anymore. They're finally making the decision. So the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Emotions, would be somebody sitting there going, I don't know which way to go. I don't know who to go with. And now their 8 is like, let's do this. We are going. It's like that eclipse energy. Like you're just like, screw this. I'm cutting things out of my life and I'm walking away. And you guys, look how it matches my outfit. The pink underneath. My guides are so funny. Love you, Archangel Michael and Metatron. Oh, and then we have the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Cups. This is a wicked cool card. Look at the very top. There's a woman walking in the ocean. There's birds. And then underneath the sea, there's this depth to her. There's this colorful energy. And it goes deep, deep, deep into her body. Look how beautiful this is. And she's just, I feel like I don't know why, I know the card is not moving, but underneath the water, she's not moving, right? It looks like she's stable. She's like this plant or something underneath the water that we can tap into at any time. We can get resources from them, I'm hearing. So it's almost like the Queen of Emotions is so deep and she's so solid that anybody can walk above her and she can help them through their emotional time. She can help soothe them. I'm also hearing if somebody is going through an emotional time right now, go be by the water. Okay. Let Mother Earth and the ocean take and wash away all of the pain, all of the suffering. Okay. Go be by the water. That's that message. Even if it's winter where you are, or if it's summer, obviously put your feet in the water and go swim in it. But if it's winter, you can do the same thing, put on a wetsuit and do a cold plunge, but just seeing the water can help too. Okay. And then we have 3 of Emotions. So we have 8 of Emotions, Queen of Emotions, 3 of Emotions. So that's a message of love and connection and your connection to yourself. So this is a celebration and a collaboration of people coming together to bring forth more love to our planet. It could be you coming together with your twin flame. It could be you putting your work out into the world and working with other people. So I just heard the fast movement that we're experiencing. I don't know if you guys experienced it this week, but I did too. I was getting my taxes done. I was in the middle of like finishing them. And my friend called me and she's like, hey, or she texted me and she's like, hey, are you coming to lunch? I was 15 minutes late to a lunch that I was supposed to meet a friend at. And I just totally lost track of time. That never happens to me. So that's when I know I take a higher perspective. I'm like, I'm not going to panic. I'm meant to be late for a reason. This is how life works. It's a fast movement. And then I was guided to go to my friend's kids' basketball game. And then I was guided to help my mom out. And I just was being moved. And it was fast movement. And then people were signing up for more sessions. And I had to do more readings, more recorded readings. And I was like all over the place while this was happening. Like I was out and about getting these Calendly books and the recorded emails. And I was like, oh no, I got to get home and write all this down. I just felt very disheveled. So if you felt that way this week, if you felt like energy was moving fast, you were being moved and hopped around to different places that were not on your schedule at the beginning of the week, you're being expedited, right? The universe is kind of like quickly moving you to the things that you need. And also, I got a job offer to work at a preschool, which is going to be so cool. And it's the preschool that I went to, the preschool that all of my nieces and my nephews went to. And it's kind of like a free spirited type of school. I already imagine myself like having all the 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds on the carpet, and I'm going to teach them breath work, and I'm going to soothe them and teach them how to like shake energy out. And I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. But that's only a couple days a week, and I still have the freedom. It's a half day. So these manifestations are dropping in like fast. So like I had to quickly get fingerprinted. I had to quickly do all the things in order to be able to work at that school. And it felt rushed. It felt like the universe was like, all right, Michelle, we are moving you to what you need to be doing right now. We're moving you to the people. I also had multiple interactions with new people in my life this week. And that's this energy is coming together to work with new people. And because you are the queen of emotions, I'm hearing, like, remember I said she's like a plant that's stable underneath the water. That's that energy when you feel like life is pushing you and making you forget certain dates and appointments and you miss it and you're panicking. You're not panicked because you're the queen of emotions now. You don't let those things rock you because you understand that the universe is moving things for you. Okay. And when that energy comes in, that offer comes in, you walk towards it. You say, yes, that's the 8 of emotions. You're saying, I'm done with the indecisiveness. I'm going to take action and go towards the thing I want. So when I see this card, I think of it like kind of like the Fool card. It's like you're taking the leap. Maybe you've been stewing over, should I book this session? Should I do this? Should I start the channel? Should I start the podcast? And you've been having fear and not doing it. And there's this little voice that's saying, just do it. That's this card. You're finally listening to that voice and you're saying, I don't know where I'm going. Like it's a blank slate. She has no idea where she's going, but she's taking that step because something inside her is guiding her to do it. I had a girl last night. She just Venmoed me the 1555 and then she just wrote, she's like, I think she just put leap of faith in quotes. And I just was so proud of her. I was like, heck yes. I love people that are just like, let me just jump into this. And that's the mentorship. So, and she was the one who booked a session before and was just like, I think I want to do it. And now she just committed. So this card is for her and you know who you are. I'm so proud of you. And all of my other mentees, I'm so proud of you too, because it really is, there's fear. You're worried about, really diving into your healing and, spending money can be scary for some people if they've never done it before. But I'm telling you, most people in the mentorship get the money back. It's even wilder to hear how it comes back in. Okay. And then the 3 of inspiration, it's kind of like, this is like, it's almost very similar to this. And they're both 3s. Well, the other 3 of emotions, we have 2 3s. But this is kind of like once you kick down, it's like she's kicking the one domino. Once you kick one domino, the rest falls into place, right? The rest all just start moving. So when you finally take the step, that's when everything starts to enter your life. So here's an example. This is so good. Thank you guys. I have one mentorship client and she's amazing and she is selling her house. And I told her she also wants to start a podcast. And I said, what if I told you that your house would sell overnight when the universe sees you taking action on the podcast? Because when you walk towards your mission, the universe then supplies you with every physical need, every financial need, every emotional need, a connection that you need to meet somebody. The universe will literally bring you the money, the place, the thing when you commit and you say, okay, I'm going to do this. But if you don't ever kick that first domino, if you don't start it, the universe won't let you sell your house because it's not going to align everything else in your life until you're in alignment. And that's exactly the whole theme of the work that I do with people is I get them to kick the first domino. And then they're like, oh my gosh, everything clicked into place. I got the money, I got the job, I got the people, I got the clients. Another one of my mentorship clients, literally the day that she resigned from her job as a therapist, working for a company, and she was going on her own to start her own practice, the day, like literally minutes after she sent the email, random people were emailing her from her website asking for them to book a session with her. Like, it is unheard of. When you kick the first domino, everything shows up for you. And that is why it's called a leap of faith. And you don't know what's next. But so when, like, imagine her sitting down to type that email, like, hey, I'll be resigning, whatever it is. She has no idea that as soon as she hit send, a couple minutes later, she was going to have that money back. Like the fear of not making money. And then all of a sudden, clients just showed up at her door, literally in her email, in her inbox, minutes after she quit. So that is why I preach this, is because I've seen story after story after story of people who start the project or start the thing or leave the job, and every domino falls into place and it's perfect. So if you're feeling something in your body right now about, you've been thinking about doing something, you've been thinking about joining something, and this is all stuff that I'm going to talk about in my community in Awaken Your Magic. I'm going to teach you the specifics on how to do this. Okay. So if you can't afford the mentorship, if that's too much for you right now, this membership site is going to be perfect because it's going to be only $44 and you're going to get so much information. And then if you're in there and you're hearing my videos and you're hearing my discussions and you're seeing everything that people are writing, then you might feel empowered to start working one-on-one with somebody or me or whoever, because you're going to be like, all right, now I understand why I've been blocked. I understand why I was scared. And most people don't know why they're scared. And that's what I teach them. I let them know the inner workings of their fear and why they can't actually start. And it's a really beautiful thing. Once you become aware of your fear, you are unstoppable and you can do anything in your life. And then you love everybody else because you're like, oh, they're not doing that because of fear. Or, oh, they're yelling at that person because of fear. And you become like this really loving soul. Also, I just heard this is going to be a reading for March. My guides just said we're going to pull cards for the energy of March. Okay, 9 of emotions. This is Nine of Cups. This is my Aladdin card. Or your genie card, you can make a wish and anything can come true. This is all of your dreams coming true. How perfect to get it after we talked about once you kick a domino over and everything starts clicking on the place, that's when you get this. You guys, I cannot tell you enough how you can literally create your own life. You can manifest your own life, and seeing the signs and seeing the synchronicities, it's what leads you there. So when you're in your life and you're wondering, what sign does this mean? And what does the synchronicity mean? I can help you learn that, because it's literally walking you towards this. And then if it's walking you towards this, guess what you have to do? You have to actually walk. You have to actually kick that domino down. You have to take action towards this. We can't just sit back, see the signs, and then do nothing. We have to put ourselves out there. You have a whole audience of people that are waiting to hear your voice. I was on a call the other night with a woman, and she lost her husband, and she was super young and had to raise 2 kids alone. And then she got remarried and had another child, and she's just so powerful. And I can't even imagine. Can you guys imagine? And some of you, if you've lost husbands or wives, I'm sending you so much love. I don't know what that's like. I can't even go there. Like meeting your person and then losing your person. Oh, it's like my biggest fear. And she's doing it. And her story, I told her, we got a message on the call. Her guide said that her story is going to open up people's heart chakra. It is going to bring them awareness to have appreciation. And it was not a coincidence that I had missed. I'd almost missed that lunch with my friend earlier that day. And my friend is 70 years old and she lost her husband 6 years ago. And she booked readings with me, and that's how we became friends. And I just check in on her now and then because she's older and she doesn't really have that many people that she clicks with, like she clicks with me. So we go to lunch every once in a while, and felt so bad that I was late, but she understood. And she was telling me that she was in an environment where all these women were complaining and wishing that their husbands were dead, like jokingly. but she was in that conversation and they had no idea that her husband had died. So aside from that conversation with my friend, then I was on the call that night with my client, and I'm pretty sure it was the same night because I think I told her about it. And she has experienced the loss of her husband, and her story needs to be shared because if those women that were in that circle talking about poorly about their husbands, if they knew her story, they wouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? If they would have heard if they would have read it in a book or heard it on a podcast, they would be more mindful and their heart chakra would be awakened to be like, I probably shouldn't be saying this right now because I don't know who my audience is. Even if you're in a group of, 5 women at a friend's house drinking wine and you don't know everybody's story. So you have to be mindful of how we speak, and your story and your pain and what you want to bring to the world. That's the impact that you're going to have. You're going to literally say things and people are going to remember it, and people are going to change their behavior and their actions because you spoke up. But if you don't ever kick that first domino down, and you don't put yourself out there, and you don't be brave and take the leap of faith and prepare yourself to be brave by healing and purifying your vessel, there's so many steps along the spiritual journey that we have to take in order to perform, in order to share our energy and our light, because the universe will not align our path if we're still not purified. Okay, so if you're trying to force something to start and it's not working, it's probably because you have some stuff inside of you that needs to be cleared, which is healing, right? And the universe will keep bringing you situations to poke you in those buttons to say, hey, we need you to look at this. And a lot of people don't want to look at it and they just want to go and grind and work. And that's why having a mentor is important, because you need to be able to identify, what is life bringing me? What is the universe showing me this week? What do I need to heal this week? And then you do it and you do the work so that you can kick over that first domino. And then the universe aligns everything for you. Then you get this. You get everything you desire because you've done the work internally first. And now you're somebody who takes action. And like my client, she's going to share her story one day about her husband. And that's going to change people's lives. They're going to be more loving in conversation. And because of this, I just heard we're going to use Micah magic. A spiritual guide is on the way. You're going to get support. You're going to have a teacher. You're going to have somebody that's going to come along your path and help you. And it says, go into your cave. Spirit, what does go into your cave mean? Are people not supposed to take action right now? Why do they need to go into their cave? I just heard to do the healing. Okay, follow the signs. So you're going to get signs of what you need to heal. Because like we said, things are not just the dominoes are not going to all fall until you're clear and ready. Who is on your mind? So this is saying there's somebody that's blocking you. There's somebody who you need to work with or do some healing with in order to free yourself. So this could be somebody that aggravates you, somebody that just drives you bonkers. Maybe you have to co-parent with somebody. Maybe you want to get divorced, but you're worried because when you divorce this person, they're just going to lash out and try to take everything from you. Maybe they have that kind of like narcissism energy. So you fear taking that leap and kicking down that first domino. And that's where you need support. That's where you have to have this, because you cannot go through something like that without a guide of somebody who maybe has gone through it, or somebody who has seen other people go through it and they know how to kind of maneuver these situations to pull away from the narcissism in a safe and slow way so that you can protect yourself, you can protect your finances. Like there are totally actions people take right now before they get divorced, to move money, to prepare themselves, to protect themselves, so that when they do tell that person, hey, I'm not happy, that person doesn't come for them. So you can take action to prepare yourself. You just need the right assistance and the right help. I've actually mentored many women through a divorce. Yep. And look, as soon as you do that, somebody else arrives. That higher love comes in. So we got who is on your mind, follow the signs. This could also be a soulmate twin flame energy where you're getting the signs that you should be calling that person. I'm heard it's undeniable. They cannot hide it anymore. Their intuition is on fire. They're like, I have to go towards this person. And they're getting all of these signs. And their person is their wish fulfillment. This is the wish fulfillment card. They are everything they've ever wanted. It's like your best friends. You can do everything together. You can go on walks together. You can go in the sauna together. You can play games together. You can read together. You can cook together. It's like everything is an effortless flow. You can be quiet with them and you don't have to talk. But they're also going to be honest with you. They're going to show you the parts of you that you can't see. So you don't want to shy away from that. Rainbows are a sign that your happy ending is coming soon. Wish fulfillment. And I'm putting that under follow the signs because when you see rainbows, that's going to be an indicator. Okay. They just gave me a feeling like I just am glued, like I want to keep going forever. Like I don't want to stop this reading. It's just, I don't know if that's just my energy or if people are really locked in right now and you're really liking this. Yeah, I love these morning messages. I hope I have the energy to do it every morning. Wouldn't that be cool? If you guys could be in the mornings with me every morning. It's an emotional time to be gentle with yourself. And I know you guys probably already feel that way because I post videos every day at 10, but that's going to change soon is what I'm saying. So whether I'm live with you doing readings on my membership site or if it's recorded, I still think it would be cool to be a morning messenger. So emotional time, be gentle with yourself. So as this person is leaving something and they're kicking down that first domino, be gentle with yourself. You know, you're going to be on an expedited healing journey. Things are going to start to happen. Your body's going to start to shift. You know, as soon as people start the mentorship with me, they start to go through like physical symptoms. Their chakras start to purge. Heck yes, money's on the way. Putting that underneath a spiritual guide. Maybe like we talked about that first message, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and get paid for it. You are worthy of being paid for your gifts. That's why God made you the way he made you, or she, we can say goddess. You were made with gifts and you're supposed to get paid to use them. Okay. It's not supposed to be a side passion thing that you do that you just give away for free. Absolutely not. It is the complete opposite. Okay. You deserve to be paid for your gifts. Do not diminish yourself. Do not people please. You know, a piece of me, I had a graduate of mine reach out to me on Instagram yesterday and she was going to do the mentorship. And she's probably like late 20s now, I want to say. So she's not like a young buck. She's like older. She's like an adult now. And I don't know where she is financially, but she asked for the price and I told her what the price was. But a little piece of me wanted to like lower the price. I just felt like I wanted to please her because I know she's younger than me. But that's not my job. My job is to just be there, and the people that can afford it, and the people that can't. I'm not going to lower or devalue myself. Like, yeah, you can't waver. You can't do that. You have to have strong boundaries. You have to value yourself and say, no, I'm worth this. And maybe one day she will be able to afford it. And that's the goal, is to get her to get there. Right. But if I were to do that all the time, that would be like, I'd be losing my worth. I would not be able to feed myself. I would not be stable and be able to have a strong root chakra to show up and do these readings, because I'd be worried about paying my bills. So there's a certain level of stability and boundaries that you have to have with your pricing. And most of the times I'm sharing this because the people that are watching are going to be doing what I'm doing. You're going to be sharing your gifts in some way, whether it's astrology, numerology, tarot, whether you're putting something creative out into the world, but you have to be strong with your values, with your worth, and not like sliding back into the habit of, you can have it for free. You're totally devaluing yourself. Okay. So be strong in that. And I struggled with that in the beginning. Even me saying this, I'm like, oh, until you get over that hump, it's kind of hard it's like, you don't want to believe it. You want to be like, no, Michelle, be a good person and give it away for free. That's being of service, but it really isn't, because money's a flow and you have to be putting it out to be getting it. Yeah, manifest more for yourself. So at some point on your journey, you're going to have to level up. You're going to have to go to the next level. And you should raise your prices every year, just a little bit every year, right? Because you're leveling up every year. You're becoming different. You're adding new knowledge to your toolkit. You're expanding yourself more. Like even me wanting to use this deck to learn more, that's me being able to read better so that you guys get the messages that you need. If I don't ever level up, then I shouldn't upchart. I shouldn't raise my rates because I'm not giving you anything extra. Walking away from what doesn't serve you. And I just heard when you walk away, this arrives. It's kind of like my client who quit her job and then got the clients. That's exactly what happens. As soon as you walk away, the money arrives, the clients arrive, the opportunities drop in. Could also be living in an environment that doesn't feel good for you and then you change, that could also get those dominoes going. So always think about the domino effect, right? As soon as you take one small action, the universe takes care of the rest. And that's exactly what this card is saying, is revisit your path. It always works out for you and it will continue to work out for you. Okay, so let's switch up gears and let's do an animal deck and see what final messages we need to hear for this morning and for March. What is the energy of March, Spirit? What is the energy of March? I heard cut the deck. Bottom. The frog. Clear out the clutter. You're walking away from what doesn't serve you. March is going to be a cleansing. This is a spring energy, spring cleaning. We're getting rid of the old. We're jumping back in the water. Again, with the water card, with the Queen of Emotions, you're going to go towards your joy, your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment. In order to get there, you have to be like the frog. The frog gets overworked and tired when he's on land too long, and he's got to remember to jump back in the water. So this could be somebody's going to be going on a vacation in March. You are going to be clearing out clutter, which is going to call in more money. Anytime you guys are purging energy in your home, cleaning out closets, cleaning out junk drawers, even just mopping the floor, you're cleaning out any energy that you've brought from the outside into your home. We have to do that every once in a while. It has to be a deep cleanse. I did a reading party a couple weekends ago, and the one woman was like, Michelle, you have to tell me, what does it mean when you find frogs in your house? She found like 3 frogs in her house. And I was like, oh, the universe is totally talking to you and telling you to clean your house. Or go be by water because you're overworked. So it's one of the two things. So whatever resonates for you guys. But March is an energy of clearing the clutter. We are ending relationships. We are leaving jobs. We're starting new things. We're creating space for the new. And I also brought out Kyle Gray's deck. He's an amazing psychic medium on YouTube and out in the world. So we're going to pull a card from here for March. Okay, Kyle, what do you want to tell us for March? I love talking directly to him because I know he can hear me because he's deeply connected. Kyle, what do we need to hear for March? You guys should go check out his YouTube channel. I love listening to his accent and how he teaches. He teaches you how to cut cords, how to clear energy, how to read cards. He's a well-renowned psychic medium. Okay. Blessings and abundance. We are always getting abundance cards. We're going to read it. Let's see what Kyle has to say. Thank you, Kyle. Blessings and abundance. A light of blessings and abundance is being wrapped around you now, and your angels want you to know that they are supporting you. Sorry, I always forget to hold up the card. They are encouraging you to trust in your intuition and any other guidance you are receiving at this time, as it will lead you towards tremendous growth and fulfillment. Many blessings are being showered upon your present situation. If you have not yet experienced them, know that they will be revealed and shared in the perfect time-space sequence. All the doors to abundance are now being opened to you. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to begin counting your blessings. Then you will be open to receiving even more of them. Extended message. Abundance is the spiritual reward for trusting and sharing our gifts and talents. That's exactly why we got this card. When we align our choices and actions with the highest good, we will be blessed with opportunities. At this time, you are in a place of deep spiritual connection and strength and are being given the opportunity to feel spiritually rich. Even if you are feeling sensitive or overwhelmed, the veil between this realm and heaven is thin, and you have light and support all around you. If you have any concerns about finances or assets, know that the hand of God is guiding your situation to a blessed outcome. Trust in your talents and the angels who are supporting you. So this is literally, Kyle is saying, like, you're worthy of receiving abundance for your gifts. Like, I'm worthy of starting a new platform and getting paid for showing up and doing my weekly readings. I deserve that, right? We all do. We're sharing our gifts, we're sharing our goodness, our juiciness with the world, and we should be compensated for it. And you should be. I would be 100% willing to pay all of you for your gifts, and I don't even know what they are yet. So start putting yourself out there, kick down that first domino, get the thing started, because like I said, with my client, her story is going to change lives. Imagine if that was you and you just had this fear about being scared to put it out there. But what if I told you that you've been trying to sell your house for a year? And what if I said it would sell overnight if you just started? That's how abundance arrives. When you start on your mission and you clear out the clutter and you create space for new, you put yourself in the energy to share yourself with the world, you move through the fear, you follow the signs. That's when the dominoes start falling. Everything clicks into place because you're on the right path. And sometimes we're sitting here watching these videos and readings, and we're like, we know we should be doing something, but we don't know what it is. But it's almost like right in your face. If you're watching the reading, then that's what you need to be doing. You need to be putting yourself out there, just like I'm putting myself out there. So if you're obsessed with watching readings, you might be a reader. You might be someone who wants to be a spiritual teacher in some way. And you start doing it for your friends, or you start putting things out there, or you start making small videos. Like when I first started doing cards, I never thought I'd be on YouTube. I just brought my cards to work and I would pull cards for friends every morning and be like, what's your animal of the morning? And I kept it very light. And then all of a sudden people would then be like, hey, could you pull more cards for me? And then it was like, oh, I'll pay you $10 for a quick read. And I was like, okay. And then it just slowly grew. Okay. So if you're watching this and you're feeling the call to start something, the money will start to come in when you're on the right track, when you're taking the steps towards what brings you joy and what you're obsessed with. And it's a slow unfolding. And then eventually you'll be like other people out there who are charging $100 for a reading, $200, $300, and it keeps going. There's some people that charge $1,000 for a session. And then there's people like me who are starting a mentorship, or I have the mentorship, but it's starting a membership site where I want a community of people to all come together so we can all talk about the readings, right? And we can have discussions about what's going on in your life. And you can then comment in the feed and say, hey, like, I just lost my job. I need support, guys. Can you help me out? And there's going to be hundreds of people that can comment and help you and say, oh, I lost my job too. And this is how the universe showed up for me. Like, that's what my vision is for this community, is for all of us to share what's happening in our lives and to offer support. And then I will be bringing all the readings and the manifesting lessons in so that that will guide you. So you'll feel like you're working one-on-one with me, because we're all going to be in it together. It's going to be our community. So that's the abundance. That's my next step for abundance for me, is opening up like I got the guidance that I need to build a community. Not thinking about doing it for money, but to help people. Because I sit on these calls and these women don't have anybody else. And I'm like, imagine if I got all of my mentees together and did like a group call. That would be amazing, because then they'd be able to talk to each other. So that's essentially why I'm creating this. And I'm really, really excited about it. So stay tuned. But if you need a reading until then, if you want to work with me in my mentorship, we got a lot of messages about it. A spiritual guide is on the way. The money's on the way. Take the leap. Kick that first domino down. That might be you needing help and taking that first step and you don't know what it is. And that's what I'm here for. Literally, like I said, you're wondering what the next step is, but it's right in front of you. Okay. So don't miss it. All right, lovies, I'm sending you so much love. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back for a weekly reading. Like I said, eventually I'm going to pull away from YouTube and these readings won't be on there anymore. So I'm going to have an early bird special rate to join the membership. So stay tuned. I'll post about it on my community page. But yeah, I won't be doing these as much on YouTube. I will miss it, and maybe I will. I might like do clips. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I'm just going to flow with it. And literally, I'm going to kick the first domino and see what the universe does after that. If it's a flop, it's a flop. I don't care. I'm following my guidance and I'm taking action. And that's what I want all of you guys to do. We don't know where this is going, but we just take the first step, the guidance that we get, and we do it and we try it. And if it flops, oh well, we pivot and we do something else. We are so resilient. But if you don't ever take the step, you don't ever try, you don't know what could come from it. Okay. All right. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. All right.